What's up, everyone? It's Anna, also known as that Star Wars girl, and yeah, I'm back. I'm gonna have to reiterate this in all of my videos for the next week. I was gone, that's why I haven't been here on YouTube, because I had a family tragedy, so I'm back, and I'm probably gonna be sad a lot for a long time, because it's not something I'm ever gonna be able to get over, but back to making content. So like I said, it's gonna be in the beginning of every video for a while, just so that way everyone that is tuning in is aware. But today we are going to be talking about one of the most popular things I've heard about since I was gone, and I missed out on everything that happened at Comic-Con, but this, I have not stopped getting people asking me about it, and other videos that I've made that have nothing to do with this. People are asking, Anna, what do you think about Natalie Portman being Thor? Anna, what do you think about female Thor? Oh my god. You know what I think? And I hate to use this terminology. It's freaking stupid. How much more stupid can you get? Let me get this out there just in case anyone at Disney or Marvel are listening. Let me explain something. When Batman wakes up in the morning, he is Bruce Wayne. He might have the personality of Batman, but his name when he wakes up in the morning is Bruce Wayne, and he puts on the suit so that way he will protect his identity from the world finding out that Batman is actually Bruce Wayne, and they just see him as the persona of Batman. Spider-Man is Peter Parker. When Spider-Man wakes up in the morning, he's Peter Parker. He puts on the suit and becomes that persona. Iron Man is Tony Stark. When Iron Man puts on the Tony Stark suit, puts on the Iron Man suit, he is Iron Man. When Thor wakes up in the morning, he's Thor. That is his name. He is an alien from Asgard. He is Thor. His name is Thor, Odin's son. That's his name. That's like some dude coming up to my house, knocking on my door, and is like, I'm gonna be Anna now. Well, he could go by that Star Wars girl, and people are like, well, dude, you're a man. Why are you calling yourself a girl? And even you can get on into the whole thing about, oh, well, I identify as a woman. It's like, oh, okay, that's great. Do you? But it doesn't make freaking sense. You want to bring in female Thor, Lady Thor? So stupid. That's his name. Yes, he's a superhero. Because he's an alien with superpowers. Alien with his natural born abilities that comes with being, an Asgardian. But he has the ability to wield Mjolnir, which is the hammer, Thor's hammer, which gives him extra special abilities because he is worthy of the honor of wielding the hammer. You want to bring Miss Natalie Portman, who has bashed on the MCU, which is why she was written out, because Natalie Portman doesn't want to be in the MCU, but now, you get that paycheck, you bring Natalie Portman back in, who again has publicly bashed on Marvel, bashed on the movies. She's too good for them. Girl, you were in Star Wars, the prequels, some of them, Attack of the Clones. You want to talk about that scene when Anakin's crying in your arms and it's like, I killed all of them, all the women and children, and you just stand there and stare at him and not be like, well, what? Alright, alright, Miss Portman. I love you. I love you to death, by the way. I love Natalie Portman. I think she's a phenomenal actor. But at the same time, you're going to go bash on a franchise that, you made a lot of money from. And now you're going to come back and be Lady Thor. You're going to go up on the stage and wield the hammer. And a lot of people were saying that she looked awkward with it. Well, yeah, I don't know how heavy that one was. But I mean, me and Natalie Portman, I think she might be a tiny bit taller than me. But I feel like I'm a little bit built than... I feel like I'm wider than she is. But maybe it could be an age thing. But still, I mean... Yeah, anyone's gonna look weird with the hammer that's, that small, because compared to, Chris Hemsworth, who's like, what, 6'5", but then he, looks like he's breathes the gym. Yeah, anyone's gonna look awkward with that big old hammer compared to the, gigantic man that he is, because he's Thor! And that's something that you're not going to be able to take away from him, because his portrayal of Thor and Tom Hiddleston's portrayal of Loki is one of the best dynamics that was in the MCU. And to me, as much as I did not like Endgame, I was not satisfied with the way it turned out for anyone aside from Tony. I just feel like they hit their peak, and now, you know, we got to the mountain, now we're going to go down. But they're going to keep pumping out movies because they think people continue to want it. Yeah, it'll be cool to see Chris Hemsworth continue to play Thor. But now you're demoting him from his damn name. You're taking away his hammer and giving it to Jane Foster, Miss Natalie Portman herself. And I didn't read the comics. I have no interest in reading the Lady Thor comics because the logic is just out the door, around the corner to infinity and freaking beyond with the whole concept. But apparently Thor loses the honor of wielding the hammer, and so Natalie Portman, Jane Foster, her character is the one that wields it. And then, but apparently in her life, she got married, she had a kid, her husband and her son died in a car accident, she has breast cancer, she's going through chemo, and every time she wields the hammer, it transforms her, which they had to put that in there because she's a human. She's not an Asgardian. So when she wields the hammer, it gives her special powers, the powers of Thor, which still doesn't make any damn sense. But somehow that happens, and then all of the toxins, you know, the chemo that's killing the cancer gets taken out of her body, so her becoming Lady Thor is actually killing her. If it's done right, cool concept. Still, the logic it's not there. The science really isn't there. But when you're dealing with magic, yeah, it gets a little fuzzy when it comes to the science aspect. But still, logic, you kind of need it when you're making a movie. And that doesn't really have it. And it just completely baffles me that they continue to do this. It's like, hey, we have this great character that people like. I have yet to meet a single person that tells me a Thor movie is their favorite movie in the MCU. Maybe there's people out there. I'm pretty sure there's people out there, considering there's 10 billion people in the world. Chances are some of them, Thor is their favorite movie out of the MCU. But I have yet to meet a person that Thor is their favorite movie in the MCU. Because even though the characters are great, the casting was phenomenal. Everyone that plays a character in, the Thor movies or, the Avengers, but they're Thor-based characters, they do a phenomenal job. Even Natalie Portman does a great job playing Jane Foster. I 100% believe she's some nerdy scientist that's, tracking the Bifrost. Completely believable. But when you're gonna take this character that everyone likes, but just because he's a man, and just because you want to push this female agenda, you're going to take it and do a gender swap. Again, it would be fine. And people might not like it, but you could do it fine if something happens to Peter Parker and a girl gets bit by the spider and gets the superpowers. Because guess what? You put the suit on. It doesn't matter what your gender is. They did it with Gwen Stacy. You get Spidey Gwen. People like it. It's a really popular character. But guess what? She's not taking Peter Parker's skin, putting it on, doing the Silence of the Lambs thing, and walking around like she's Peter Parker. No, she's putting on a superhero suit and being Spider-Gwen, Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, whatever. Female Thor doesn't make sense. If you want to do something like that because you see what a popular character Thor is, and I think a lot of that has to do with Chris Hemsworth and the way that he plays Thor, because he completely embodies that character. And you can even look at the animated Avengers cartoon. That Thor is so different than the way that Chris Hemsworth plays it. And Chris Hemsworth, with the charm and charisma that he brings, it makes you like that character so much. Even if his movies aren't the best in the MCU, you are connected to that character because of the actor's portrayal of that character in every movie that he's in. People like Thor because of the way that Chris Hemsworth plays him, and maybe people liked him before from the comics, but he's a good character, and I think Chris Hemsworth, he set that bar, just like Robert Downey Jr. set the bar for Iron Man. Whoever is in charge of the casting for the MCU, aside from, a certain Miss Marvel character, Captain Marvel, casting, great job, guys. Great job. I'm really happy with the way that you did the Avengers. But if you want to do something like that, why don't you do what He-Man did? He-Man was a popular character. If you go watch that documentary on Netflix, you will learn all about how, they kind of just hosh-posh put him together. Oh, we have this toy line. Oh, guess what? We're going to have a TV show, too. Oh, and a comic book. And it was a big hit. And little boys loved He-Man. Little girls did, too. I loved He-Man growing up, too. But then they looked at that and looked at how well he was selling, and they said, hey, we want to make one for little girls. You have all the boy toys of He-Man. Let's make some for girls. So let's make a character called She-Ra. And what they did, they didn't take He-Man and turn him into She-Man. No, they made She-Ra, and they made it to where He-Man had a twin sister that was taken away from Castle Grayskull and taken to this other planet, and she has all the powers that He-Man does, and she decides to stay on her world, stay away from her family, and save the world that she was raised on from all the evil that's there, because, you know, Castle Grayskull, where He-Man's from, He-Man's got it. She was like, alright bro, you got it, I'm gonna go take this world, and I'm gonna bring peace and justice to my world. And because we were introduced to her from He-Man, He-Man's like, yo guys, this is my sister, let's watch her adventure too. It got you invested in She-Ra, and so they made this original character that was inspired by this other original character. They didn't bash on He-Man to make She-Ra, no, they embraced He-Man. He-Man embraced, you know, the fact that there's going to be a new character, and they worked together, and that's how She-Ra came to be. You want to do something like that with Thor? That'd be great. But instead, you're just going to do Thor, Love and Thunder? Let's buy Chris Hemsworth, go hang out with the Guardians of the Galaxy. We're bringing Natalie Portman in. She's going to take over from you. It's freaking dumb. It doesn't make any sense. Again, you want to make Lady Thor? What? Is she going to go Silence of the Lambs? Let me take your skin. Let me put it on. I'm going to be Thor. My, you know, tiny little Miss Natalie Portman. You're going to be the giant dude? No. No, 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 no. No sense. No logic. It's dumb. I don't like it. And no interest. Absolutely no interest in this damn movie. And then how, you know, it's just dumb. There's nothing more I can say about it, or else I'm going to keep repeating myself, and people already don't like that I babble too much. But this is just kind of my thought process. I never scripted a video, and I never will, because I'm very awkward when I have to read things. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, that's okay too. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Make sure you click that little bell. That way you get notifications when I do other videos and live streams. And until next time, everyone, have a great rest of your day. And may the Force be with you, because we are really, really, really going to need it. Bye, everyone.
What's up, everyone? I have a P.O. box, so if you want to send me some mail, go ahead and send it to Anna, that's Star Wars Girl, or TSWG for short, at P.O. Box number 28171, Santa Ana, California, 927998171. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much.